Hi, I'm Hagar. Welcome. So glad you're here. I hear you needed a little groundedness today, getting a little supported and settled in your system. So let's have a quick somatic spell and cast a grounded circle around ourselves. Go ahead and bring yourself to your mat, and on your way, if you can grab a blanket, if you have a blanket or a towel, something for you to sit on and roll, because we're going to use it. It's not fully necessary, but it might feel really supportive, which is what we're going for. So bring yourself to your mat and come to lie on your back. I have my blanket ready and waiting for me over there. So lie down on your back, bend your knees, and separate your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Move your hips a little side to side so that you get settled, and let your knees knock in. Just let them drop in towards each other. Put your hands on your lower belly and close your eyes if that feels good for you. Notice your breath moving in and out. Feel the space that you're in and give yourself permission to arrive. To be in relationship with where you're coming from and where you're going, but also with your breath in this moment. Slow breath in and slow breath out. And go ahead and create a little tone in the back of your throat so that you're cultivating Ujjayi pranayama, Ujjayi breath. And bring your feet now a little bit closer in towards your hips and a little bit closer towards each other. Place your hands on the tops of your thighs, right in the space where your hip bones and your thigh bones meet. And with your hands gently push the tops of your thighs towards your heels, away from your belly, so that you're making space between your belly and your thighs. And breathe slowly. Mindful exhalations that help you arrive more deeply in the moment. And slow and conscious inhalations that invite you again and again deeper and deeper into yourself, into this space, so that all the craziness and all the wildness and all the fun and all the stress and all the stuff of life, it's not like we're pushing it away, but we're creating a space for ourselves to be here for ourselves within all of it, with all of it. We're not getting rid of it. We're arriving more deeply in the fullness of it. In a way, that's a way to be grounded, to be with life as it is. Go ahead and separate your feet a little bit wider, as wide as your mat, and open your arms out to the sides with your elbows bent. Deep breath in. And with an exhalation, take your knees to the right side. And if you have sensitive knees, it might feel good to put something under your knees. Maybe you have your blanket or your towel, and if you need it, you can put a blanket under the sensitive knee. Slow breath in and a slow breath out. Inhale your knees back to center. And exhale your knees to the left, and let your chest and your head turn to the right. Same thing on this side. If you need more support, bring a prop and place it underneath your knees. And as you breathe, bring into this moment all the things in your life right now that feel supportive. Bring your support net and let yourself be held in it. Maybe it's people, maybe it's activities, but you're weaving a net right in this moment as you weave your breath in and out. A net of support that you can lie yourself into, that you can release yourself into, that you can be held in. Not necessarily a passive thing, but a receptive thing. You give yourself permission to be held. Inhale your knees back to center. And once again, exhale and let your knees knock in. Put your hands on your lower belly and close your eyes. Slow breath in and slow breath out. Roll yourself to one side or the other, and this is when you might want to use your blanket. You might not, but you might. So if you are using your blanket, you're going to place your blanket underneath your hips and bring the soles of your feet together. This is for if your hips feel really tight or if your lower back is really tight, and when you're seated on the ground, your back tends to round a lot and it's kind of hard to sit, or if you have something going on, an injury in your lower back. So then you want some more support. You want your hips to be more elevated. Might feel better to have your hips all the way down. So wherever you are is what you're tending to. Place your hands on your ankles and gently with your hands pull on your ankles so that you're tilting a little bit and your pubic bone tilts towards the ground. And lift and lengthen your navel more up. Deep breath in. And you might stay here with long spine, or you might keep lengthening your spine and take your chest a little bit more towards your feet. And you go slow. You don't have to do it fast. You don't have to go deep. I think that a part of being grounded and a part of being supported is knowing where we are in each moment and giving ourselves the space to be honest about it and to be receptive and to be where we are. So we're not pushing ourselves. Maybe slowly with your breath, you're going deeper into the form of the pose, and maybe slowly with your breath, you're simply staying where you are in the pose, but going deeper internally. And if you're going deeper, go ahead and stretch your arms forward and keep taking your chest towards your feet rather than your head towards your feet. So your spine is long and properly curved. You're maintaining the natural curvature of your spine. Slow breath. A slow inhale. And a mindful exhale. Walk your hands back and keep your spine long and your chest going forward as you come up. And now, using the blanket might feel really good, and if you don't have one, don't worry about it. But if you do, you're going to open up your blanket and then roll it real quick, as quick as you can. And go ahead and put the blanket on top of your feet. You're going to keep the soles of your feet together. And put your blanket on top of your feet, your rolled blanket, and the rest of your blanket pull underneath your knees. And then lie down on your back. Supta Baddha Konasana. Put your hands on your lower belly or open your arms to the sides, whichever one feels better. I always like putting my hands on my belly. It feels like I give my system the message that I'm here for myself. And that feels really good because our tendency isn't necessarily to be here for ourselves. And there is something very settling and grounding about being here for ourselves. So I hope you stay here for yourself for the rest of this day and forever and ever. And I will see you soon. I hope you can stay here for as long as you need to. Thanks for joining me. Namaste.